Hi friends, welcome to Rita's Paper Motif. I'm Rita, and today I wanted to bring a video to you just to share an upcoming special that I think that you might really want to know about. So before we get started though, just quickly let me introduce myself. I'm Rita. I like to create scrapbook pages, cards, greeting cards, and 3D projects, and I like to share those with you in hopes that it would inspire you to create and also to share with those that matter in your life. So let's go ahead and get started. You know that I come to you not every month, but fairly often, and I like to share with you the paper pumpkin. So the paper pumpkin, I just want to explain that a little bit in case you're new. The paper pumpkin is a monthly subscription. And so the window for subscribing to that month's paper pumpkin is from the 11th of one month to the 10th of the month in which you would receive the paper pumpkin. So this happens to be November 2025. Its monthly paper pumpkin. Its theme is wrapped in cheer. And so the timeline to have subscribe so that you could get this particular paper pumpkin was the 11th of October to November 10th. And so if you did that, then at the end of the month, you would get this lovely little kit. And so that's how the subscription works. Now you can subscribe for the paper pumpkin in a 3-month period or 6 months or 12 months. You really can. Just go into my online store and you can check it out. But what I wanted to tell you that is special is right now in December, if you subscribe December 1st through the 9th, you would be able to save on prepaid subscriptions. So we're celebrating Cyber Monday. So it's a good time for you to be able to save. And if you go to Rita's Paper Motif, actually it's thepapermotif.com, which is my website, you'll be able to see that special that's running. Also, I think I did post something. Yes, I did post something previously here on Facebook, so you're more than welcome to scroll down and find that posting. The thing of it is sometimes Facebook after a while will delete certain posts and videos, so the best place to find it is at thepapermotif.com. All right, but I wanted to show you, just so you can get an idea of what those kits are like, is the box that it comes in is always always this size, but it isn't always decorated like this. Sometimes it's special and it comes with kind of a thematic decorated box. But when you open that box, this is what you would find. You would find everything is wrapped neatly, and all the supplies that are in this kit are going to, is all you need to create the intended project. So really, all that I found that I needed, if I follow the directions for this kit, is maybe a pair of scissors and maybe my bone folder. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look, and I think it'll become more obvious to you. So when we open it up, we see this photopolymer stamp set. And when it's your first order, you'll get a little acrylic block, which enables you to, use the stamps. And also, you'll get a little ink spot. Now, these little ink spots are 1 by 1, and they come in whatever the color is that's being featured in the kit. This happens to be Mossy Meadow. Now, you can order these ink spots separately if you wanted to, just by going to my store, my online store. They're a good way when you're just starting out to get more of the colors and ink spots. They work just like the bigger ink pads. You can refresh them by using the refill. And they travel nicely. So I like to save mine because I have the bigger pads. I like to save them, and sometimes I like to give them out as gifts. And I've recently started sending my great niece and nephew little treat boxes, and so this month, it was the first time I included an ink spot. I was a little nervous about that, but I think they're old enough that they can handle it. But these are good for starting out for sure, and it's always kind of nice to have them in your inventory. But you get a different color every month plus a different stamp set. Now we'll talk about what these stamps are of in just a minute. Let's go ahead and finish opening. So once you take the tissue, now I like to save the tissue because I'll use it for other things, even maybe packaging up a basket or something. So I'm going to go ahead and take everything out so that I don't mess up the tissue too bad. And here's what we see. This is actually what you would see if I hadn't turned it upside down. This is what we would see. So you can see everything is nicely and neatly packed. And the instructions are going to be in the back. We're going to look at that. But let's go ahead and open it so we get the whole effect here. And what I like to do when I open it, I never open it unless I can do this because, like I said, all the supplies that you're going to need are in here. So if you open it and you don't, sort and store, it's easy for things to get lost, and then you may have an issue if you wanted to complete all of the projects. So I just go ahead and take off that plastic. I kind of hate the plastic actually. But anyway, any plastic. So here's what we would have seen, right? So here's twine. So we know we're going to be using twine. And usually I have a little bit left over. And that is if I use all the supplies just like they suggest. So we'll put that to the side. And then we see we have some bling. So here's some little adhesive dots. They're red. There are some mini dimensionals and then some glue dots. Now, so the glue dots are so that if you don't have glue that you can definitely still put your kit together. I am going to tell you that I like to save these because they're a little bit harder to use. Well, you get kind of spoiled when you have inventory that you like. So I will have my Stampin' Seal or my liquid glue, and I just save these. And they're great for when I'm doing a kit and mailing it off, because whoever gets the kit, they have everything to make their project, right? So this comes in every kit. If you need dimensionals and bling, it's going to be in there. And then we can see that there are little boxes. We can tell because we see the tabs and we see the full score mark. So let's see how many are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. All right, so we know we're going to make 8 little boxes. And here's some cute little tags. Let's go ahead and, well, I'm not going to punch them out. I was going to, but I'm not going to. So here are the little tags. Aren't they so cute? So there's 4 on each page, and you get 2 pages of them. So that's 8. And then here are these are little like banners so you can see them. So there's 2 of the green striped and 2 of the red striped. So 4 to a page and 2 pages of that, so another 8. And you can see along the border here are some sentiment strips. So that's cool. So again, everything in here. So I'm just going to stack it up. And then here's another page of some bows. These are little bows that you can punch out. So we're going to be using cardstock bows. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of texture on these bows. And so that's kind of a neat thing, right? I just don't think that you can see it in the video, and I'm so sorry. But there is a little texture there. And then we have some pages of some ephemera that we can punch out. So here's a wreath and a sprig of greenery. Here's like an outline of that wreath, and then some more greenery. So let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Okay, and then one thing is if you turn it over, now you'll see that you have a lighter wreath, and you'll have, this is basic beige. So you'll see the basic beige. So what's neat about this is you can decide when you're making your cards how you want to put them together and how you want to use it, right? And then we always get like a little piece of tag board. I like this because if you're traveling and you want to stamp, this is good under your, where you're going to, you know, put your cardstock over this. And when you stamp, then you get a better stamp because you have that little bit of cushion. The other thing too is, you know, if you're going to be inking and you want to test your stamp to make sure it's got enough ink, this is a great place. So really you can craft in a clean way, right? And then we see this little printout. So this is for our stamp set. What I like to do is I like to just fold it in half, and then I can put my stamp in here. So now I know what the stamp set that's going to be in here, what it is. And then we see that we have sending a little Christmas cheer from our home to yours, a little tag that says a gift for you, to and from, with love. And then in cursive it says happy holidays, and kind of a fun font, Merry Christmas. So these are the stamp sets. So here's what's I think is great about it is, so maybe you're kind of just starting out in the crafting world. This is great because now you have a stamp set. How basic is Happy Holidays? How basic is Merry Christmas? That's to the point, right? And so you have that, you have the to and from. So you really have everything to just do a little crafting with your Christmas items. So I keep these. I don't give them away. I do keep them because I'm going to use them over and over. And even though I like to use current stuff, because obviously if I show you something and you can't get the supplies, then it kind of leaves you thinking, okay, what am I going to use? But I do sometimes like to revisit my stash or revisit older things if it's appropriate. And so I keep these. I definitely do keep them. And so let's look at these are the instructions that come in the kit. And you get these with every kit. And so you can see the different projects that are going to be in the kit. You see that here are some little boxes. Obviously, we're going to make boxes. They come with a banner. And they come with that Mossy Meadow and Basic Beige. So you can see how they put that together. And it has that red banner right on top of the green, and then you'll see the green on top of the red, so you can really see how they're interchanged and different things. You can also see where that twine is, and then where the sentiment goes. But what I like about these instructions is they're illustrated. So if you learn by looking, if that's your mode of learning, this is definitely going to be a plus for you, because there's no, you're not reading directions and then trying to follow. You're actually getting the illustrations for everything, for putting the box together and then creating the different boxes. There's also a ruler on the top side, so if you need to measure, there you go. And then it does show you how to put the box together, everything you need. And then on the back, it does show you what supplies you would be getting in the kit. And so those are the things that we just looked at. To the side of that, you'll see this is called an add-on. So it's some dies that are added on. You can purchase these dies separately to go with your kit, and they will last you for 3 months. So January, February, and March has a set of dies. April, May, and June has a set of dies. July, August, and September has a set of dies. And then October, November, and December has a set of dies. So this set will of dies will last through December, and then we'll have a new set of dies. So this is kind of neat because you can make a tag. You can make that word joy. And then some different little embellishments here that you can create. Also on the back of this page, we'll give you ideas of color combinations that you can make. It tells you the coordinating colors or the colors that go with the items in the kit. And so we see it's Basic Beige, Cherry Cobbler, Mossy Meadow, and Old Olive. And so, you know what I like about all of this is that you have, it's already set to create these little treat boxes. So you could put them in stocking stuffers, or you could, you know, my mailman is going to get, well, maybe not all of them, but the one yesterday just threw my kit at the door, and it was kind of bent up. I wasn't really happy about that, but for the most part, they cater to me, and so I am going to give them a little box, one of these little boxes of treats. The other thing that I love to do, and I'm going to invite you back to Facebook, also to YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon so you'll be notified of upcoming content. But I'm going to be back on showing you alternatives. So what that means is I take all of these lovely items that are in the kit, and I'll bring in some of my inventory from here in my in my studio, and I'll combine them to make something a little bit different. So two things happen. I'm using the supplies. I'm most likely extending it, so I'll get a little more out of it. Plus, there'll be a variety. So, you know, these boxes may not turn out to be boxes. You know, they could be something else. And so then I might add something else that is one of those coordinating colors that will make it different, even just the box. So I like to do that, and it's kind of a challenge for me. Plus, my point is to show you that you can take certain things and extend them to make something with the same supplies but different. And so I'm going to invite you back to check up on those alternatives, and you can definitely see them at the website as well. I'm also going to invite you to take advantage of that big savings that happens when you subscribe the 1st of December through the 9th. Now, if you wait till the 11th, that's going to be too late to get this special because it's only running from December 1st to December 9th. And then the cutoff date for that monthly subscription is the 10th, and then it will go back to the regular prices. So I'm encouraging you to save where you can. Who doesn't like a good sale, right? So, you know, if you're interested in kits, whether you're a seasoned crafter or you're just beginning, these kits are awfully nice, and you know, they come in handy. They're also great gifts for your crafty friends. So buying someone a subscription, even if it's a 3-month subscription, that is a great gift, and that's something that it's like no fuss, and it's something that will keep giving for however many months you purchase that subscription, right? So that's a real winning gift in my opinion. But I just wanted to share this with you, and I'm going to ask you to come back to see the videos of different ways I use these supplies. I always do make at least one of each example so that we can, you know, kind of share what it would look like if you followed through with exactly these instructions. So thank you for spending time with me. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comment section. And again, if you're watching on Facebook, please consider following. If you're watching on YouTube, consider subscribing. So I'll see you back probably at the end of the week. Have a good day. Bye now.